It's me. Oh, there we go. Anyway. Hey guys, it's me, Russell Peters. Welcome to this episode of Culturally Cancelled. This is the listener. Oh, Piper, yes, make as much noise as you can right there. Could you not attack my couch? Anyway, my dog is acting up here, and now she wants to play. Anyway, so this is the episode where I'm going over viewer emails, voicemails, and requests and questions. And sitting beside me on this episode, reading stuff with me, is my woman, the love of my life, my fiance. We already call each other wife, but we're getting married. This time I'm actually getting married to this one. I know, 5th time's a charm, guys. Anyway, babe, say hi. Oh, she's got a big piece of watermelon in her mouth.
Hi.
That's her. That's what she sounds like with watermelon in her mouth. You need to talk into the mic, though, okay, babe?
You
Pretend you're alone with me, but don't put it in your mouth.
Got it. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, good.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. All right, so let's see what happens. What do you guys? Let's just get into this. What do you think? All right, so should I read this one first? Courtney's here with us too, by the way, our trustworthy producer.
Yes. Yeah, you can read. We have an email question first that was sent.
This one here?
Via email, yes.
And also, I want to give a happy birthday to White Clay, who's sitting here with us. White Clay. We call him White Clay because he's. We have the cameramen that go on the road with us, and that's there's 3 white guys, 3 bald white guys, and they all look the same. There was Q, Clay, and R.I.P. Lane. Lane was kind of like the heart of it all, and now we're just stuck with these 2 fucking duds. But
Clay.
but anyway, it's White Clay's birthday. We call him White Clay because my brother is Clay as well. So we have to differentiate between which Clay we're talking to, white or non-white.
Sounds like a fancy spa mask a little bit. White Clay.
Can I get the
Clay.
White Clay?
Yeah.
This added beer to it.
Yeah.
And he too has an Asian woman. So, yeah. Anyway, here we go. Emailed question is from a girl named Monica. It says, "Hi, I'm reading it. I understand something. I'm reading this the way it's written, so don't judge me if there's any spelling mistakes or whatever. Hi, I'm Monica, and I'm writing from Italy. I've known you as comedian, only for a few months, and I love a lot you being politically incorrect and your way of interacting with your public." Good thing she put that L in there, because you see the way I interact with my pubic. Anyway, a few weeks ago, you posted a video where you talk about the dead people. I don't know what post was that?
I told you.
I talked about dead people?
Let's just keep reading and see if it starts to make sense.
Okay. Anyway, apparently I talked about dead people a few weeks ago. Never laugh so much in all my life, but you even explain your 2 years experience in what you call the retard school.
Oh, wow.
I did actually say those words before. So my question is, does it still hurt you to think about that experience? I was never hurt by that experience at all. And what are your feelings about the teachers that sent you to another school? I mean, listen, that school at the time, that's what we called it. Obviously, we don't call that now anymore. We don't call it that. We're living in a different time. That was the 80s. You know what I mean? We're talking over 30-something years ago. So, no, the teachers that sent me to that school, I'm happy I got sent to that school. That school actually changed my life. It was a much better place for me to be. I never got bullied in that place. I got better attention in that school from teachers, and they focused more on what your strengths were. And me being a social person, they kind of focused on that. So, Monica, in Italy, that is the answer to your question.
What was the first school like for anybody who doesn't know? In contrast, what was your first school like?
My first high school was just a regular high school.
Okay.
Regular academic high school, and I got bullied every day for 2 years. 9th and 10th grade. Left school crying a lot. I left school crying more than I left school without crying. So, and then when I changed schools, I was going to the tougher school where the more badass kids were, and that's why I started boxing, because I was like, I'm not going to get bullied here too. I'm not changing one situation to keep the same situation. So I toughened up a little bit.
Is the school system in Canada the same as it is here? Was it just like a difference in public schools?
Is the school system in Canada? No, it's different than America because we teach you about the rest of the world and geography, and we can actually find ourselves on a fucking map. But, you know, that's neither here nor there, guys. I don't want to, I digress. I'm going to get a lot of hate mail for that. Well, fuck it. That's your problem, not mine. If you're offended, you saw the truth in it.
They know.
Babe, you went to American school.
I did.
But you went to like a hood school, didn't you?
No, I was in Catholic school
Oh, yeah, that's right.
from kindergarten to ninth grade. Or
See,
eighth grade.
Yeah, I was in Catholic school from kindergarten to 8th grade as well, 9 years.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then,
But there was no nuns in our school.
no, there were several in ours. And they
Yeah,
were
that's weird
horrible.
to me. Really?
Horrible.
Yeah, no, we didn't have any nuns in our school. It was Catholic school, but it wasn't like nunny.
No.
Or
we
priesty.
had nuns everywhere.
When we would go to church in school, like whenever we would go, and I remember the one priest, I think his name was Father Tobin. This motherfucker was pink all the time because he was an alcoholic. You just knew he was. Even as a kid, I go, something's wrong with that guy. Because he was always smiling and he was always fucking rosy. He was just wintertime. The guy was rosy. We even had
He's with the altar boys a lot.
whatever it was, whatever he was doing. I don't know anybody from that era that got touched. I mean, they might have. I don't know. I mean, who knows what was happening? Nobody's going, hey, man, I got fucked by the priest. Remember him? Nobody's really releasing the information like that. So,
Stuck his head up there.
so I don't know that happened at my church. But, since I don't go to church anymore anyway, I don't really give a shit what happens in the church.
Yeah, makes sense.
What else we got?
All right, we can move on to the next question. All right. Our first voicemail is from DJ Noize from Copenhagen.
Okay.
Russell, this is DJ Noize calling from Copenhagen, Denmark. I have one question. Battle style, regular style, 2 turntables to the left, 2 turntables to the right. Which side do you prefer, and which is your strongest hand for scratching? Thank you for answering.
First of all, DJ Noize is a legend. That's really fucking dope that he called in. For those that don't know, if I'm not mistaken, DJ Noize is the guy who was in the DMC competition in the 90s who did sentences when he was battling people. He would he would have the records set up and he would just drop the needle in it and he would make sentences like, you whack motherfuckers, and he would kill it. He was so dope. I remember watching him. So if that is the same DJ Noize, that's, first of all, amazing. Secondly, I like my shit set up battle style, and my right hand is strong for scratching, and because my right hand is dominant, I use also my right hand on the fader for crabbing and chirping and flaring and all that stuff. So I use my left hand on that side. So yeah, I can do both hands, but if you want the more intricate cuts, I got to go with the right hand for the fader, and then I can also, he's a DJ, he understands what I'm talking about. But DJ Noize, that guy was fucking dope, dude. He changed the game in the DJ world a lot. And I'm pretty sure he may not know that I'm aware that he did that. I remember doing a show in Copenhagen in 1997, I think. And I met DJ Nut when I was out there.
Wow.
His name was DJ Nut. His name was DJ Nut, but his real name is Knud. It's Knud, but he called himself DJ Nut. Knud. And I was like, aren't you the guy? He goes, no, that was DJ Noize. And I was like, because he was also in the same battle, but he was also really dope. There was actually some really dope DJs out of Copenhagen.
Yeah.
How about that?
Wait, when did you go? So you went and you saw that live?
No, I saw it on video back in the day.
Okay.
I remember seeing that. I remember when I watched that battle. We should actually pull up a clip. Fucking Eddie. Well, can we interject these clips in even if I just say it?
Yeah.
Let me pull it up on my phone. Make sure it exists. And we're doing this for you, Noize. Oh yeah, DJ Noize. Wait, that's not the right spelling of his name. 90s hip hop, that's it. No, that's not it. Hold on.
Is it like Noize or something? Like some.
That's how this guy spells it, but
The spelling might not be right. I'm getting all the spelling from audio.
Hold on, let me see.
So, because you just
Let me
left a
see.
voicemail and said, this is DJ Noize.
90s.
So I spelled it like noise.
They're different. Noise.
Right.
Noise.
Right.
Yeah, DJ Noize, Denmark world champion. That's right. Yeah, that's him. He's fucking sick, this guy.
And he listens to your podcast.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
I'm really flattered, Noize. I got to be honest with you, because I've been a fan forever. Is this the one where he did it? I think this is the one where he did it. Let's see.
Yo, you ready? Do your thing? From Denmark, y'all, my man, they got DJ Noize. Give it up!
Come on, you hard rocker, who's rocking your butt?
So check me out as I flip this track, kid.
Come on, you hard rocker, who's rocking your butt?
So check me out.
And everybody check them out.
So check me out.
And everybody check them out.
Check me out.
Check them out.
Side note, that's DJ Cash Money that he's scratching.
Really?
Yeah.
Check them out.
Mad noise
on the cut.
Full
Mad
circle.
noise.
It's on the cut.
Mad noise.
It's on the cut.
Ain't no competition, just dusted. Ain't no competition, just dusted.
Oh, that's so dope. That
Kind
really.
of sounds like me when I'm
No,
crabbing.
it sounds exactly like you, babe. She's determined. She keeps getting on the tables now, and she wants to learn how to crab scratch. But I'm like, well, you need to learn how to control the record and the fader too at the same time.
I'm
But she's
learning.
getting there. You know, she's Filipino, so she's got like a little edge because all the top DJs have always been Filipino. So
You have an advantage.
yeah,
I
she's got an
know.
advantage.
It's in my DNA.
Yeah, I'm in her
believe.
DNA as well.
This whole episode is just going to be one big
Sexual.
I wanted to say sexual innuendo, but it's not really.
Yeah, no, she won't let me put it in Orlando.
No, not at all.
Not yet.
There you go. That was one. Oh, that's awesome.
But her goal is to learn how to do it really well by the time we get married, so she could do it at the wedding.
I will.
She will too.
I will.
That's such a good goal.
I'm trying to figure out which hand is stronger for scratching, if my right or my.
I think it's going to
Left.
be your right hand for control.
I think so too.
Yeah, because this all you need is to control the record with this one back and forth and slow it down. But this is where all the action is on the fader.
Well, the thing is that he was teaching me one way, and then Cash was teaching me another.
DJ Cash Money was teaching her, which is
He told-
probably a much better teacher and DJ than
He was
I'll
teaching
ever
me the
fucking
basics, the basics. Because he was telling me to look on the computer or whatever that thing is, and he was telling me to look at the record.
be. Yeah. He was yelling at me for looking at the
Yeah.
computer. Why do you look at the computer? I go, it's fucking force of habit now. Why don't you look at the record? I used to. I don't need to anymore. There's nothing happening here. He goes, follow that line. I go, I know how to do that, but I'm just like lazy now. I don't use the headphones. I'm just like, oh, look, I'll read the wave file. Wave.
I don't even know how to do that.
Well, DJ Noize, if you call us and leave us another question, you should also recommend what side Allie should favor or what your advice would be. That would be great.
He's a double-handed guy, though. So he's one of those guys. He's ambidextrous.
Okay. Maybe you started with one. I don't know.
I'm
And also,
double.
DJ Noize, email me some goddamn mixtapes with just some shit you did, even from the '90s. I'll take all that. Yeah,
He's like,
send us a DM with an email, and I'll DM you back my email.
He's like,
and
I
we'll
was just going to
connect.
ask a question, and now I got to
It's become
spend
the
all
DJ
this
Noize
stuff.
episode.
Yep. All right. Next question.
Yeah.
Okay. This is from Lewis.
Hey, what's up, Russ? It's Louis Zamudio.
Oh,
I
his
know I
brother.
always hear you talking about hip hop and how much you love it and everything. My question was, if you were to make a Mount Rushmore of all of the people that represent hip hop, who would you put on it? Yeah.
That's an interesting question.
well, because Mount Rushmore has how many heads on it? 4.
4.
By the way, that's fucking Eddie's little brother. Just in case you guys are wondering who Louis Zamudio is, I call him Desnudio because he shaved his head and his head's bald now, so it's naked. So he's Desnudes. Anyway, to answer your question, Desnudio, since there's 4 heads on Mount Rushmore, you would have to give. That sounds terrible. You'd have to give 1 head per element of hip hop. Because people go, who's your Mount Rushmore of hip hop? Well, that MCs or what? So I'm going to go with break it down to the 4 elements of hip hop. So Crazy Legs would be on the Mount Rushmore for sure. Then I would put either Melly Mel or Grandmaster Caz up there. Then I would put, I guess, Grand Wizard Theodore up there. and then any one of the top graffiti writers. I mean, it would be, Dondi or Lee Quinones, any one of those guys. That's phase 2. There's so many dope graffiti artists. You got to put. So I don't know enough about the graffiti world to choose who would be the best guy. But I also, people have been like, well, what about Kool Herc? Yeah, I mean, Kool Herc has to be up there too. But Kool Herc created the soundtrack to hip hop. But Crazy Legs was part of the development of the dance that goes with hip hop, and then and Melly Mel was part of the voice that went with hip hop. So yeah, I would have to go Crazy Legs, Melly Mel, Grand Wizard Theodore because he invented scratching, and then any one of the graph guys, Dondi, Phase 2, Lee Quinones.
Wow, that's we kind of got into, everyone was talking about their hip hop Mount Rushmores and comedy Mount Rushmores in your episode with Big Daddy Kane, but nobody gave an answer like that broke it down into the 4 elements. Yeah,
because that's what hip hop is. It's not, rapping is one of the elements. That's only one of the elements. There's still 3 other elements you got to deal with. But I'm taking it back to the essence. I'm not taking it back to like who was the best at it in the long run, but that's how I would do it. I mean, it's kind of like they put those 4 presidents up there. That doesn't mean they were the best. They were just the ones that, they're the roots.
They're the easiest to carve.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Ready for the next one?
Let's go.
Okay, this question is from Alvin.
Alvin!
Hello, my name is Alvin Gavino. I just want to ask Russell Peters, how did COVID impacted him? Did the lockdowns affect him financially? Did the virus reach anyone in his family? And does he believe in the vaccine?
Mm-mm.
All right, Alvin, you nosy fucker. Well, Alvin, the COVID affected me financially. It kicked my ass. And I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not too proud where I'm like, oh no, guys, I was so secure. I was not financially secure. I made a lot of money in my life, generated a lot of money in my life. That doesn't mean I had a lot of money. Just because you generate a lot of money doesn't mean you got that money. You know what I mean? I think people misunderstand that whole world of, oh, look, he made $25 million this year. No, the fuck I didn't. I generated $25 million. Let's just say there was this amount, $25 million. You immediately cut that in half to 12.5. That's the government taking $12.5 million from you. And then you've got your agents, your managers, that's 30% already. Your accountant, that's another 5%. So you're talking 35% again is being taken off the top, not of what you got. So, after you see 25 million, you can be sure that the guy maybe got 7 if he's lucky. And even that I didn't get. So, it doesn't matter. It was never motivated by money to begin with. So just to even generate that number is exciting for me. But anyway, yeah, I was doing a lot of dumb things with my money. I was living like a fucking rapper for no reason. I was, And that's how I know she loves me. She came in when I was broke and loved me just the same, if not better than anyone else has ever loved me. So yeah, it ended certain situations and created a new one. That's fantastic. And yeah, I was going broke, buddy. Alvin, it was rough on me. And, I had friends get COVID. Nobody died from it that I knew. Well, a friend of mine, sadly, one of my security guys, he lost a lot of members of his family. I think he lost, what did Tori lose? His father, brother, and sister, all within a month of each other.
All from COVID?
All from COVID. But they were all big people who had pre-existing conditions. But it's horrible because he's such a sweet guy. We know him. He's family to us. And so, we
supposedly weren't. COVID.
Okay. Well, if you met them, you would know. Yeah, probably. It would have been COVID for these guys.
You think so?
They were big people.
Oh.
Physically.
You say that because it's elaborate.
I just believe that they
fudge the numbers a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There's that.
Yeah. Anyone that died, they mark it COVID, even if it was.
Well, if you died during that time, when my buddy Rap passed away last year, he died from cirrhosis of the liver and he had liver cancer, but they put COVID related because they gave him a COVID test. So if they give you a COVID test and you're on your deathbed, it doesn't need to come back positive or negative. They can put COVID related now because it is inconclusive. So the hospital will get the money and they can, but that's a year and a bit ago. We got to move on from there, and now we're in a whole different world. We're almost back to normal, so to speak. So thanks, Alvin. He's probably one of your people, babe.
You think so?
Yeah, probably.
Undercover nurse.
I have a piggyback question to that that's a little more fun. So you both met during COVID, is that right? Or was it before?
We had met before, but
Okay.
we weren't like, it was just met. It was like, hey.
Yeah. He stalked me.
Yeah. I was like, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. It was about it. It was like, and I was in a relationship, so I was like, man, I'm not going to recomplicate my life and, continue to that same behavior. So I was like, I just kind of left it alone, and she lived her life, and she was like, he's got a girl, so I'm leaving him alone. What's wrong, Piper?
Yeah, what's
Piper,
wrong?
you want to be on the fucking podcast too? Piper, what do you want?
I left it alone, came back later.
Yeah. And then she came over. I was single. Mm-hmm. And she came over. Piper, what the fuck? Come down, come.
I actually had a client that was looking for a house to buy in his neighborhood.
Okay.
And then I contacted him. Then I came over.
Yeah. She said, hey, by the way, I got my niece with me. Do you have your daughter? And I said, yeah. And she said, oh, well, maybe they can play.
We had a play date.
Came over for a play date, and didn't we play? No, we. I was
Not immediately.
Yeah.
I was also not. I was coming out of something, so I had PTSD, and I was like, I don't want to. Fuck this. I was like, I think you're cute and everything, but I'm not trying to. And she was. We just hung out, and it just kind of happened. It happened when like they say, it happens when you're not expecting it to happen. Even the first time we did it, I didn't want to do it. I really didn't. I was like, isn't that true? I was trying to talk her out of it. She was staying over, and she's in bed, and I go, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do this, man. And so she's laying in bed, and I go, I don't wear condoms, so if that doesn't work for you, it's cool. We don't need to do anything. She's like, just get in bed. And I'm like, I'm like trying to just get in fucking bed. And I'm like, I'm not ready for this. I was like, I'm not ready for this.
This is a preview of Russell's vows for anyone listening.
Proposal.
Oh, the proposal. I was going down on her when I proposed. I would literally pop my head up and say nice things and go back to work.
Wow.
Am I lying?
No.
I'm like, I've met a lot of people, and you're just so. And then I look at one time, she's like tears coming down her eyes. I go, oh, did I bite you? And she's like, no. And I'm like, oh my God, she's crying. And I'm like, what happened? Did I say something wrong? No, this is really sweet things you're saying.
They were sweet.
Yeah.
They were.
And then, I happened to have the ring nearby so I could just reach it.
Wow. Sex is sweet. It can be sweet.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right. Let's move on to.
Let's ignore this next one.
Oh, you want to ignore Samuel's
Well,
question?
for now, because wifey's here. I don't want that one to freak her out.
Why?
Oh, I think I freaked you out about this question because this is when. Let's listen to it and we'll see. It's
Okay,
not
well,
live.
let me tell you what it is. Let me preface this. I told a story in one of the podcasts about when I was 14. Mm-hmm. And the lady next door would have me babysit her kids.
Oh, boy.
And she was really hot. And I would go smell her panties and jerk off.
Wow.
But
And
you
I
would.
would
that's what
steal
a
the
teenage-
panties.
But you would
Boy
take the
does.
panties,
I
right?
would take the panties. And
I think I have to
I had
explain.
a stash of them between the wall and my bed that were just crusty and hard. Like,
So is that where mine are?
you don't wear
kidding.
panties. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think my reaction to that was more like, I think I have a fear. So when I lose track of underwear or anything, I think like it crosses my mind like. Because I've
Your husband's not stealing your panties.
No, well, I have a laundry room though. Maybe they don't have my own washer and dryer, so it's like I feel like they could go missing. It's
Right.
it could happen. So it's like
Yeah, but they want them dirty. They don't want them clean.
they could have taken them out of the washing machine. You never know,
Right.
You never know.
Some
so it's
creep
just,
like
it crosses your mind.
my husband.
but it's not even that makes me pause
Yeah.
about it. It's more that I feel like I know how much my panties and my underwear cost, and it makes me angry.
It's more the price of it.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
you need
I'm
to
like,
start buying cheaper panties.
I mean, you got a budget for crepes.
Yeah, go cotton. We don't want cotton.
Go cotton.
No cotton?
Nobody wants cotton.
Yeah. Okay, let's play the question because I have more questions.
I just didn't want to freak out my woman with my, but I'm glad we got this out in the
That's
open.
normal.
Yeah.
That's normal for a kid to do that.
Yeah.
Did you at least jack off in socks?
No, I jacked off in the panties.
It's like a, what's the word? It's bougier. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was the silky feeling. I was like, oh, these feel so nice.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
All right. Let's.
And they weren't sexy, by the way. It was 1984, 85.
Oh, okay.
So these are like what
Big
you would now call
bloomers.
period panties.
Oh, okay. So they were like the high waisted.
Yeah, they were but they were silky. You know,
But they
the
were
soft
silky, but
satiny.
They were silky.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think there might be actually more to answer. Let's let Samuel ask the question.
All right.
Hey, Russell, man. Keep it coming, man. Love the podcast. This is
Comments
Samuel
off the way
from
we should
Vancouver. Kind of Bliss, I gave you my CD a long time ago. Anyways, I just wanted to ask you about the podcast when you were talking about your neighbor's panties, jizzing on them. Did the neighbor's mom ever come out and call you on that? And whatever happened with all that? Anyways, love the podcast, bro. Keep it going. Peace.
Yeah, no, the neighbor never actually mentioned it ever. My parents found the stash of them beside the bed.
You didn't tell that part of the story, did you?
Yeah, I don't know if I did. My parents found the stash of panties beside the bed. There was the panties, and then there was like porno magazines.
Sam acts like he's asking for a friend.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. How'd you get out of this?
Did you get away with it? Yeah.
And my parents were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, I was so embarrassed. And I think they kind of let me off the hook because they were just like, are we going to just embarrass this guy and ruin his life? No, they were like, don't do that. That's all they said. Don't do that.
Did you tell them where you got them from?
No, are you crazy?
So they probably
They never
didn't want
asked,
to
what
know.
are these? I go, underwear. Why are they dirty? I'm like, I'm really happy that my parents never really made a big deal out of it because it
Well, it's a normal
would have
thing.
scarred me for life.
But it's a normal thing for young boys that age to figure it out. Like, they're like, oh, I have a boner walking.
Yeah, you are
down the
a
street.
walking boner at that age.
Yeah, like,
It's true.
What are they supposed to do with it?
Yeah. No, they made boys in my high school wear Speedos for swimming, and I always felt really bad for them.
Oh,
Because,
wow.
Had to push them up, push them
Yeah, because
sideways.
It's like,
But you know
saw
what? But here's the
everything.
thing. I was talking about this with some dudes last night because I like to go in my pool in my underwear because my underwears are more, what are they?
comfortable.
They're more jockey-ish. I find it more comfortable when I wear my underwear in the pool. And then I realize that's why Speedos exist because they're easier to be in the water with than the board shorts or whatever because they grab your leg and slide up and down. And
Yeah.
And I was like, but I'm still not going to go to the beach and put on a fucking Speedo because of the comfort of it.
Please
I'll
do.
do it in my backyard in my underwear, but I'm still not going to buy a pair of
Jeez.
Speedos. And if nobody's home, I go raw. I just go buck ass naked in the pool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's why they wear, I don't know if it's because of comfort, but, athletes wear.
Ergonomic.
Yeah, it makes sense. There's nothing getting in the way or pulling you back.
Yeah, it will speed you up.
Speed you up. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Courtney's like, I will not ever sit in this pool again. That's the face she gave.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Did I? Wow. No,
I haven't gone naked in the pool in a long, long time. My son loves to go naked in the pool, but we had to stop it because this guy, my son would sit in the little shallow end on his naked butt, and then he ended up getting a rash on his butt. And I was like, oh my God. And it wasn't like I put him in there naked. He kept taking off his diaper
doesn't
and his
like
trunks.
any.
He was like, I don't want it on. But then his mother sent me a picture of him with a whole fucking bathing suit with the long sleeves and the
the
life
rash
vest and
guard.
everything. And I'm like, how'd you get him in that? I put him in anything. He's like, he fights me out of it. I tried to put floaties on him. I'm like, I have to. I stay with him the entire time in the pool. I don't leave him alone at all for a second. And he likes to hang on to me in the pool and just walk around with me. So he's a very sweet boy.
I feel like who would find it offensive or like they wouldn't get in a pool because a cute, adorable baby was naked in the pool or because anyone was naked in the pool. It's not, I don't judge
Listen,
that.
I've been to hedonism, so naked in a pool is least of my
Naked in the
worries.
pool is fine.
You know
Naked
what?
in the
Though?
pool is totally fine.
I did go to hedonism.
Talking about Russell being naked in the pool.
That's okay. That's okay.
Years
It's
ago,
his pool.
years ago.
Okay for me.
Years ago, 16, 17 years ago, I went to hedonism for New Year's. And there's the nude side and the prude side. And there's nobody on the prude side. Because we went to dinner And it was like, hey, nice to meet you. Where were you? We didn't see you all day. I was over there. You're on the prude side? There's nobody there. I go, I know. I go, where is everybody? They go, where were you guys? I didn't see any of you guys. We're on the nude side. And I'm like, oh. And then I walked in. I had my shorts on. They go, so you can't have any clothes on. I'm like, what? So I dropped my shorts and I was buck-ass naked in front of all these random people. But nobody cared because there's guys with tiny micro dicks on them over there.
But they were like, wow, he has his own floaties.
Yeah. I was in my 30s. They weren't as big then.
Oh.
And so I went in the hot tub that everybody's in, and people are fucking in the hot tub and
ew.
blowing each other. It's really wild. And then I remember the next day, my back broke out so bad from the nasty ass cum water I was in.
Ew.
Yeah, I mean,
You
it's
see why I
gross.
don't sit in jacuzzis. We were in Cabo. He's like, come sit in the water. Nope. I'm not sitting
Yeah,
in
but they
that.
weren't fucking in that one.
It doesn't matter. I won't do it.
Yeah, I guess that's. You know what? You just opened up a new fear, a new phobia for me.
I won't. I'll sit on
You're
the
welcome.
edge, have my feet in it, but even that's too long.
You remember, when her and I went to Cancun last year, we were in the pool, and I don't know why I had to pee so much that day. I just kept pissing in the pool. And I was like, babe, come here. She's like, what? I go, hug me. And so it would look like we're talking, but I'm peeing at the same time. And she's like, oh my God, I could feel it. I'm like, eh.
But we were a little courteous. We went to the other side of the pool.
Yeah, we
where
wouldn't do it
nobody was.
like say we were floating, standing right beside you. We'd be like, oh, let's look at the ocean. We'd walk over to the other
far
end,
end.
and we'd hug each other and look like we're talking. But I'm like, okay, let's go back because I don't want to
My
be
feet
swimming in my
got
own pee. I'd be like, we're trying to swat the pee away. You know what I mean?
Nasty boy.
You nasty boy. You nasty. Hold on, my helicopter's coming. That's the Indian helicopter. You know what her and I do in bed at night?
What?
We play fucking Candy Crush.
No, he plays. I just hold.
No, we play together.
He takes over.
We play together because she'll go, oh, that one. I'll go, yeah, right. I didn't see that. And I'm like, oh, that one.
And then you'll tell
we're
me.
a good team. We're a good team
Yes,
at it.
we are.
And
Yeah,
then
we are.
we'll do a move, and as we end it, I go,
Or if I want to do a certain move, he'll say, what, baby?
I'm like, wait, you just wait. You have to wait. You cannot just rush in, you have to wait. Babe, this is your first time. This is my first time ever being on a podcast with a woman I'm involved with.
Wow.
Thank you.
And you're the only woman I'm involved with, and
Better be.
you
It's
will be
forever.
the only woman I will be involved with till the day I die now. So quite excited about that. Not the day I die, but I mean,
At
or
least
am I?
35.
Wait, 35.
Isn't it? Isn't that what we said? He
I'll
has to give me
I'll
at
be
least
86 years old.
Yeah, okay. Well, you got at least 35 years for me.
So you want me to get 86 at 86?
No, I want you more than that, but you have to give me a minimum of 35 years together.
Damn, okay. I'll go to the shot.
He says with
What
a
are you
cigar. in his
saying?
mouth.
Yeah, I better-
Are you saying after a couple of years you want to tap out and go somewhere else?
No, I don't want to go anywhere else. Just
Okay.
calm the fuck down, woman.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying 35 years. I don't know that I want to live that long is what I'm saying.
If I'm here, you will be.
If you're here, I'll stay alive. How about that?
Okay.
Just don't go anywhere.
You don't either.
If you die, I'll whoop your ass.
I won't. Don't worry.
Good.
All right.
This was Russell and Allie on this episode of Culturally Cancelled.